How's everybody doing? I'm gonna change this music. Let's go. What's good? Good morning, everybody. How you doing? Let's go, Julian. Good morning, everybody. Good morning. Good morning. What's up? What's up? Just gonna tweet out the link real quick. What are we thinking this morning? I'm thinking I'm gonna wait, honestly, for indices at least. What's up, Lorenzo? How's everybody doing? What's up? What's up? Take a look at ECAD and GCAD. All right, let's do it. Just adjust my mic. All right. Forex. First, let me look at Euro GBP. I've been out of the loop with Forex lately. How's the music, by the way? Is it too loud? Turn it down a little bit. Let me know if the music's annoying. Alright, EG on the monthly is gross. Weekly, gap being respected still. Music is fine. Alright, cool. Let's see how EG falls through. Alright, let me look at ECAD and GCAD. Weekly, not much here. Where's GBP CAD? Monthly bullish order flow. Weekly gap here being respected. Interesting. After that candle, we tightened to this overlapping area. So I'll be looking at this buy side as a draw, but let's see what the lower time frame's saying. 4 hour gaps respecting. Yeah, I can see this going higher. All this low resistance liquidity, it should get ran through. Definitely see that going higher. What are the best months for Forex swing plan? It really depends. The market conditions are always changing. But I know August is like statistically one of the worst months. I think the winters are usually really nice. At least in my experience. So if you can see it going higher, does that mean you take the trade, or you're just waiting for it to telltale? I haven't been trading Forex, so I won't be trading. But if I was taking a swing trade, we have weekly context higher, and we have a 4 hour entry here potentially to continue higher. But pound and CAD is what I would want to look at, because pound, I would want to look at the actual currencies. Pound just took this weekly buy side, so to me that's a bit sus. But I would want to see pound expand through this buy side, which it, as of right now, it is. So we'll see. if it expands through, it can still sweep that buy side. And then CAD, they're both strong. If I'm trading Forex, I forgot to say this yesterday. I wasn't really thinking about it, but I would be focusing on majors. I said that in the forecast, but yesterday I was so dialed in on futures, I just wasn't considering Forex like deeply. If I was trading Forex, I would be focused on majors because we have a weak dollar that's clearly expanding, right? This is very obviously expanding. We have a very weak dollar, and so we want to pair the strongest of these currencies with dollar and trade one of these majors. Notice how clean the majors are moving right now. It's because dollar's moving. And so if I'm trading Forex this week, all my focus would be on majors for sure. What about the yen pair? It's just same thing. Like, I'm not really focused on crosses if I was to be trading Forex. You'd be focused on majors. What is that? Majors are these big seven pairs right here. The major pairs. Yeah, this is clean as F. This yen context is nice. 4-hour sell model. Beautiful structure. When we have a bearish dollar, when we have an expanding dollar, you want to just put your focus on majors. This looks nice. Never shifted from this weekly gap, which would make sense. Yeah, this makes sense because we didn't have bullish dollar, we had bearish dollar. GU took that context. That's crazy expansion. What's CAD saying? What are cross pairs? Cross pairs are just these non-USD currency pairs. Just breakaway gaps. I like yen. If I was looking at majors right now, this looks nice. Overlapping gap here with the order block. How's everybody doing? What's up? Where do you look for SMT? I don't use SMT. I don't have an issue with it. I don't have an issue with people that use SMT at all, but I just don't need it. It's just not something that I need, so I don't use it. Alright, what are indices saying? Indices are in a weird spot for me, right? Because we have the monthly order block. You have the order flow shifting. I'm looking at all-time highs as a draw on indices on that monthly OB. But indices just keep creating gaps, like breakaway gaps. You haven't retested any gaps. I was definitely looking before this candle started expanding. I was looking for a retest of this area here that would have been beautiful longs. But right now, the lower time frames aren't pointing towards that. So I'm kind of just waiting to see what we wanna do here. This is our area of fair value. And so if we're going to head higher, we should do so from there. But right now we're just creating another breakaway gap potentially. So if we're going to trade towards that daily gap on indices, then I want to see the 1 hour shift bearish. But if we're just going to continue to expand in breakaway gap, then this 1 hour is going to remain bullish. This 1 hour is going to respect these discount arrays and continue higher. So I'm kind of just waiting right now. What's up, Marius? What's up? What's on your watch list? I've mainly just been trading futures, and so I've been looking at indices and commodities. Yeah, there's FOMC today at 2 p.m. So I'm not really interested. I'm kind of expecting things to be sloppy. But if we get a trade, if we get a scalp in AM session, I will take it prior to FOMC meeting minutes. How many swings should I aim to take per week? It really depends on what you're looking for with frequency. I like higher frequency, so maybe 2 or 3 a week would be nice. I'm having an issue at the moment, so I've back tested a few pairs using the unicorn model. Do I have to test all pairs, or the strategy works on all pairs? It works on everything. It'll work on anything, yeah. Literally anything you want to trade, it'll work with. Would you have considered the unicorn coming off the 1 hour busy on NQ? I wasn't looking at it. Let me see let me understand this from top down. So the monthly, daily. We have this daily gap here, which I don't like because I can see us doing that, but we also might just expand with FOMC. Let me look at this though. Which unicorn was it? 5 minute or 15 minute? Talking about this right here. I don't know. This feels sus to me. I probably wouldn't take this. I see the logic behind it, right? We have this 1 hour. We have this 1 hour gap. But I really am looking for these unicorn entries, like an immediate retest. And just right now where it's at, I don't like the fact that this daily gap is below. I need to see more clarity that we're just going to create a breakaway gap here. Those are the things I don't necessarily like. But I see the logic behind that. Here, I need to switch my accounts. Give me like 2 seconds. Just going over to my prop accounts. Let me catch up with the chat. Sorry guys. Why did it just turn the music off? Okay, let me catch up. Sorry guys. Good day, sir, and everyone. How's everyone doing? What's up, HMH? Would you see a 4 hour, 1 hour PD rate to trade a unicorn towards a daily BISI? Yeah, I'll trade even a 15-minute gap towards the daily BISI, but I need to see the 1 hour shift here. Or if we just continue to expand, I'm not opposed to longs either. If we're gonna create this daily breakaway gap and just not retest this, I'm not opposed to taking longs. But again, I need clarity here because I can see us going either way. How often do you have live trading? So I do live trading on the YouTube just once per week. But I do have the premium, private trading patiently academy, and I'm live trading there like 3 to 4 times a week. So I live traded yesterday in there. I'll be doing another live trade. I think I have 2 more sessions of live trading this week scheduled. Every week within the Discord, I send out a weekly schedule so people know, like, all right, these are the days that I'm live trading in the Discord. And so for the premium members, I'll be live trading in front of them multiple times per week, once per week on the YouTube, and then we do the weekly forecasts on Sundays. Price is now taking the 4 hour swing high. Would you take a bearish unicorn in the direction of the daily BISI? I don't love it. I want to see the 1 hour shift here. I just don't like where price is at right now. To me, I'm just waiting. How many time frames do you use for your top-down analysis? I get very little trades using the daily, hourly, and 5-minute cash. You can use the weekly, monthly as well for draw. You don't have to be so like strict about it. It doesn't need to be only daily, hourly, 5-minute. Depends on what you want to do. There's so many ways to get more frequency though. Yeah, I was looking at it, but I canceled my limit order because it did look sus. I mean, it can deliver, bro. It's not like it can't deliver, but I just don't like where price is at in terms of the higher time frame. It's not even in the lower time frame signature here. It just doesn't feel clear to me what price wants to do right now. And so when I have that feeling, that's my signal to sit out. And so the way that I'm seeing this right now is we can either expand and breakaway gap, or we can set up a retest of this, and then perhaps FOMC later today at 2 p.m. sends that. But right now it doesn't feel that obvious. And when it doesn't feel obvious to me, I tend to just sit on my hands. Can I know, is it okay to trade before equity open? Yeah, absolutely. You can definitely trade before equity open. You just understand that at 9:30 the volatility injection is going to occur. What does unicorn mean? Is another term for candle? Unicorn is a specific type of entry. So unicorn is a type of entry where a breaker block occurs with a fair value gap within that breaker block. Yo, did you mess? Yeah, I messaged you earlier. I just responded. Yo, if I'm looking for a unicorn on a 5-minute time frame and find a clean breaker, can I look for a fair value gap on the 1 minute? It depends on, for me, it's like if it's off a 15-minute PDRA, I'll trade a 1 minute unicorn. But no, you can't. The breaker and the fair value gap need to be on the same time frame. So like if you have a 5-minute breaker, you can't look for a 1 minute gap within the breaker. For a unicorn entry, you're looking for a 5-minute breaker with a 5-minute fair value gap in it. For a 1 minute unicorn, you're looking for a 1 minute breaker with a 1 minute fair value gap in it. How does one set up the color view like yours with the red, yellow, or blue? Oh, okay. So I assume you're talking about this. I don't know about the blue. Are you talking about this, Marius? What you do is you go to your watch list and you're gonna favorite the watch list right here. But you just have to flag things. So if you click right here, you can flag them green, you can flag them whatever color, and then you just make sure you favorite certain watch lists. Oh man, I don't know what a breaker is or really how to identify one. I have so much to learn. I'm looking forward to your mentorship. Yeah, bro, I teach all that in the curriculum. I teach all of it. Talk about all this. Yesterday we did the live trading, and there was just so much value in that live trading stream. I also record all of the live trading streams, so if you are a member and you miss them, they'll be uploaded as well. So even if you're working or wherever you have priorities, you can still be able to view all the other live streams where I'm dropping a bunch of knowledge. I really think that the live trading is one of the most valuable things, because I literally speak and call out my thoughts constantly. And so understanding the logic behind what we're doing here is that's the value, because it's all about building a narrative from the top down. Do you start looking for unicorns at 8 a.m.? Yeah, so 8 a.m. is my time to start executing. As soon as 8 a.m. strikes, I'm willing to take prior to 9:30, which is just preference. You guys don't need to do that if you want to just wait for 9:30. Try to view the manipulation. But for me, as soon as 8 a.m. starts, I am open to taking unicorn entries. 8 to 12 is my execution time, personally. Daily context. If I'm using a daily context, I want a 1 hour PDRA, 1 hour, 4 hour PDRA. I'm not abandoning Forex. I still look at it. I still teach it. I understand Forex extremely deeply, because Forex is what I was focusing on for years. But futures just make more, like way more sense for me in New York, and they have tax benefits and they just move really clean. So I'm still going to be teaching Forex. I'm still going to be analyzing them, looking at them. I'm just personally not trading them. Like I'll be constantly talking about them, helping people with their Forex trading, but I'm just not trading it right now. Just been focused on futures. What's up, Craig? How's it going? How's it going? Yeah, this is just 15-minute chop. I'm not interested in getting involved in this right now. Straight chop, low probability price action, unfortunately. Prior to FOMC meeting minutes, it tends to be like this. So it is unfortunate, but it is what it is. For the people that are asking about the private mentorship and asking about the live trading and whatnot, I'll send the link right here. You guys can sign up. We're doing a free trial option right now where you can get a 7-day free trial. Figure out if you love it. I am very, very confident that you guys will love it because there's a full curriculum. There's, you know, everything that you need along with all the live trading and the premium access. So I just think it's a no-brainer. But if you guys want to check that out, you can do so right there. And yeah, there's a free trial option. So if you don't like it after 7 days, just cancel. Right? It's literally a no-brainer. I don't know why you wouldn't at least give it a try. Tons of value in there. And then if you feel like I didn't over-deliver on value, then just cancel. But I'm very, very confident that I will over-deliver and that it's very, very worth it. Silver. We have this monthly OB we're respecting. Monthly bullish order flow. The daily order flow has now shifted bullish. We have this daily breaker. But we're trading into this weekly gap. This gray box up here is this weekly SIBI, this weekly gap. So I want to see how we deliver. I'm bullish on gold. So we may just have a small reaction from this weekly gap and end up invalidating it. So I do potentially think that silver can head higher here. So we might have some, you know, we have trapped order flow here. But this is actually a 1 hour, or sorry, a daily unicorn. Right, so we have this breaker, and then we have the daily gap within it. And so I want to see this hold. The thing is, we do have this weekly gap here. So it's trapped order flow right now. So we'll see if this holds. This we're only really focused on these current legs. This is what I always teach. This is what I always talk about. The current data, the current information. If price is going to deliver higher, it's going to do so off this leg. It's not going to head higher off of something over there. So you're only focused on these current price legs. This is what you want to trade off of. This is what you want to look at for higher time frame PD rates to frame your narrative. Yeah, indices might literally just chop all morning. That's so unfortunate. But the economic calendar tells all. Bro, I'm long on... Give me a second. Sorry, I was looking at my phone. Bro, I'm long on Euro AUD, respecting weekly for value gap, SMT with GBP AUD entry on your OB. Can you analyze it? Euro AUD. So we have monthly sweep of this buy side. Would you please turn on the time frame? Yeah, I do change time frames really fast. I'm sorry, it's a habit because I just naturally flip through the, like, it's just, you know what it is? It's just natural to me. Like, I just flip through the time frames. Yeah, I could turn on the time frame watermark. That's not a bad idea. It'd probably be helpful for you guys. It is up here. but I could turn that on and have it up here, down here. I'm just not sure what the time frame. Let me look. Will this even fit? Let's see if it even fits in the box. Alright. Is that better? What do you think? Yeah. I got you, Gunner. I got you. Alright, let me set this up for you guys. That's too big. Yeah, that's too big. I think that's too big. We'll throw it in the bottom right. Alright, so you'll be able to actually, I'll throw it on the top because it's hard to see. So right here, you'll be able to see the time frame. You'll be able to see the ticker. I'm gonna take the. Wait. Let me make the. Nah. Is that good? We'll go like this. How's that? All right, let me know if that's good, guys. And then let me see. I'll go through and figure out what talking about with Euro, AUD. All right, so respecting the weekly for value gap SMC. So we swept this buy side weekly. The one thing I don't like is that we're sweeping this buy side to this premium, right? Weekly, I see the bullish for value gap here. Weekly for value gap SMC with GA, entry on OB. It's alright. I just don't love that we swept this monthly buy side. To me, this might mean that we want to trade lower right now. Daily order flow is bearish as well into that weekly gap. 4 hour has created this gap higher, but it's not that convincing of a gap to me. This isn't that convincing of a shift. GBP. The other thing, again, like I was just talking about, is I would want to be focusing on USD majors, because dollar is clearly expanding. And so when dollar is expanding, crosses they're not usually as clean, because every cross is gonna, or every currency is gonna be the same direction. I've had my eyes on UJ, UC for shorts for the whole week. Yeah, UJ's fire. I like UJ a lot. That's where your eyes should be. I agree. I would have, if I was looking at Forex, trying to trade Forex this week, my eyes would be on this. The structure is beautiful. So you have weekly internal to external. You have a bullish AU, EU, GU, NU, because we have bearish dollar. So we have a bearish UCAD, U Swiss franc, U yen. Weekly internal to external. This 4 hour structure is beautiful. I mean, look at the difference between structure that is showing intention versus structure that isn't. I'm holding crude oil on the 15-minute unicorn 4 hour IRL. Weekly internal to external. Looking at the sell side, 4 hour structure is really nice as well. This is beautiful 4 hour structure. Yeah, this is really nice. This 4 hour gap, it's just consolidation right now. I do think that this can continue lower for sure. Just kind of chop right now. We're offering premium in this range. Can I flip this? No. We're just offering premium in this range. I do think that this can still head lower. You want to see the 15-minute shift here. I don't like this 15-minute bullish order flow. If we're gonna head lower, this I've seen this before. Yeah, you want to see the 15-minute shift here if we're gonna head lower. We still have bearish 4-hour order flow. Did the 1-hour order flow shift? This is just engineered liquidity, bro. They make it so obvious. They're gonna drop it. I feel very confident that they're gonna drop this. This is all just engineered sell side. And they're gonna send this thing. I don't know if it's gonna be from FOMC later or what, but that's my thoughts. Of course I can be wrong. Of course, I don't get it right 100% of the time, but that definitely feels like this is all just engineered low resistance liquidity, low resistance sell side for them to blast this thing through. So we'll see. But yeah, crude oil shorts could be nice. Why? Because we have beautiful higher time frame structure, right? So everything that I do is based on understanding the higher time frame. If I don't have an understanding of the higher time frame, why would I be trading it? And so I have a clear understanding that this weekly should want to trade lower. 4-hour structure, 4-hour market maker sell model. Structure is beautiful. Trading to this fair value gap. I'm looking for this 4-hour sell side to go next. We're just kind of messing it around right now. Check UJ. I just talked about UJ. Weekly, internal to external, beautiful context. I love that. If I was looking at trading Forex right now, I'd be focused on the majors, like I said, and I'd be focused on UJ. GU, earlier in the week I was looking at, but we just took this major premium array. And so I want to, when we sweep these major premium arrays, major discount arrays, you know, we just swept the major monthly buy side. I want to take a step back and understand, all right, are we expanding through this? Are we getting a strong body close through this major premium array? Or are we sweeping it to potentially retrace? So that's why I'm a bit hesitant on EU. I want to see if we just continue to expand through that level. UCAD has just been creating straight breakaway gaps. Looking at this sell side. UCHF has nice context as well. I actually didn't notice this. UCHF, nice weekly internal to external context. This is going to be a really, really clean 4-hour sell model. Beautiful. Daily breaker. Yeah, this is clean. I like this a lot too. If we create a new gap here, you could take another entry through this overlapping area. UCHF and UYen look nice. Why? Why do they look nice? Because we have an extremely bearish dollar. When dollar is showing, you know, intention to want to expand lower or even expand higher. Just when dollar is showing the intention to want to expand, you want to be focused on the majors. So we have an extremely bearish dollar and we have bullish Swiss franc and yen. And so we have a weak base currency paired with a strong quote currency, and that makes for high probability price action. When dollar is choppy, when dollar is low probability, that's when you want to focus on crosses. And so I forgot to mention that yesterday on my other live stream. Julian, if you're in here, appreciate you pointing that out. I basically in the live stream yesterday, I was talking about CAD yen, and the reality is I wouldn't be trading CAD yen this week because my focus would be on majors because of the dollar expanding. But again, I just wasn't in the headspace of like thinking deeply about Forex yet. So I've been purely focused on futures lately. But that's very, very important to understand. So when dollar is expanding, focus on the majors. When dollar is consolidating, when dollar isn't showing willingness to expand, focus on the crosses. That's how you should approach it. And then you always want to be pairing weak and strong currencies. 15-minute uni on yen. Four-hour internal to external. I'll be looking at this sell side. I wouldn't consider this one. It would have had to be this. It would have had to be a gap within this breaker for it to be a union. 1 hour didn't sweep. So if you're demanding the unicorn entries, then there isn't one here. But this structure is so nice. So good. Yen looks beautiful. You yen. I want to see this 15-minute shift if we're going to go lower. But this is just chop. Unless it wants this daily gap. It may want this daily gap to head lower. See how I'm keeping everything in context of each other? I'm understanding that there may be something on the higher time frame acting as a stronger magnet. So if that's the case, then we might sweep this into the daily gap. So we'll see. Hopefully that becomes a breakaway gap when they just drop it. But I do ultimately think that they're dropping this through all this engineered liquidity. Whether that's after a retest to the daily gap, or if it's just going, if they're just going to drop this thing from FOMC meeting minutes. What's the indice? Yeah, this is gross. Gross. You see the difference? Let's make this very clear, right? Can you see the difference in this delivery versus something like this? Right? Or on the 4 hour. Clear one-sidedness, clear intention to actually want to move. Versus indices right now. Chop. This is just straight consolidation right now, especially on the 1 hour. See if this gap holds, but again, I'm just not interested in indices yet. If this confirms to me that this wants to just expand, create a breakaway gap, then I'll look for longs. But I'm just waiting. Yeah, so this may be the potential on crude oil. If the 1 hour doesn't shift, if the 15-minute doesn't shift, then we're likely trading towards that daily gap to head lower. I think, if I recall correctly, gold was a bit unclear right now. Monthly bullish order flow, weekly. Setting up this weekly gap in 2 days. It's on the third candle of the weekly. Then we have this daily gap down here. Just consolidating. I could see it just setting up this weekly gap to potentially head higher off of. 4 hours shifting bearish. Yeah, this makes a lot of sense to set up this weekly candle. So I'm not too interested in gold right now. I could see the 4 hour continuing lower here towards this weekly gap. Then potentially next week we could have nice weekly context to trade higher off of. From internal to external. That could be nice next week. If that's what happens on gold. What's up, Ziha? What's up? What's up? Sloppy. It's crazy how indices have straight up just created breakaway gaps. Like, we have not retested a single gap. Even on the 4 hour, like, we've barely retested gaps. This was a retest, but before that, it's been straight, like almost straight bags. Obviously, there's been some, but it seems like every time I'm looking at indices, they've been creating breakaway gaps. Like on the daily, there has not been one retest of a gap. The 4 hour, there's been some retests, but Would you still take the fair value gap UJ form now in the 15 minutes? We already broke the low. If I'm trading yen, yen, I want to make sure that everything is in context of each other so that there's no reason to retrace to anything up here, right? So we have this weekly. We trade higher, we, offer fair value. Now we're looking for sell side to be targeted. Daily, we do have this daily gap up here, but I don't really expect us to trade into this daily gap right now. 4-hour bearish order flow, pointing lower. So we're trading from this 4-hour gap towards the sell side. Yeah, these shorts look good. Not gonna lie, these shorts look good. This overlapping area becomes an area of order mitigation. Yeah, I'd still take that. That's valid. Should head lower. Your stop loss just needs to make sense. What you'll see in these market maker models is if you take the order blocks from the buy side of the curve, they become areas of order mitigation on the sell side of the curve. And so this bearish order flow lower is the sell side of the curve. And if you want to get real cute with it, you can be a 1-minute warrior, drop it in the 1 minute off this 15-minute gap and look for an entry off that. But 1 minute gap is being created. You need to keep everything in context of that. So it's looking as of right now like that's a breakaway gap. But if the lower time frame order flow shifts, we get bullish order flow. It could start pointing towards this gap. So everything needs to stay in context. The 4-hour is already traded, offered fair value, so we should head lower. The 1-hour does have this gap. So we're gauging whether this 1-hour gap becomes a breakaway gap or a retest of the gap, right? Are we just going to expand lower or are we going to set up a retest? Well, how do we know which is, occurring? By reading the 5-minute, by reading the 15-minute. Right now, this order flow is bearish. It's not showing signs to want to do that yet. So if we were going to retest this gap, the 5-minute would shift bullish and point towards it. That's all I'm doing from the top down all the time. It's just understanding the order flow and understanding where price is in context of each other. I'm playing golf later today. I'm excited. I haven't played golf that much this season. I want to get into it more though. When can we confirm the smart money reversal? So the smart money reversal is going to occur at a higher time frame PD array. And what you're using to confirm it is order flow shifting. Understanding a true shift in order flow. So you're waiting for whatever method of viewing order flow shifts that you prefer, market structure shifts, fair value gaps, change in state of delivery. You're looking for price to shift order flow from the higher time frame PD array. So like, for example, price is fractal. So this weekly fair value gap up here becomes our higher time frame PD array. How do we know when the smart money reversal occurs on the 4-hour? By understanding when order flow shifts. So where does order flow clearly shift? Right here we're bullish, we're trading into it. Order flow has not shifted. We trade into that weekly gap, we're still in it. Smart money reversal still hasn't occurred. Boom, we get a clear displacement lower. Order flow has now shifted bearish. We've gotten our shift in order flow. And now we're looking for this top to be respected. This should be the, the smart money reversal. It should be a protected high as we continue lower towards the weekly sell side. What's the 5 minute saying? We're just chopping on the 5 minute. You want to gauge the close of this weekly, or sorry, the 1 hour candle. So how this 1 hour candle closes is going to determine whether or not we're expecting a retest of this 1 hour to head lower. If it does retest that 1 hour, that could be a nice potential short. You could look for a 1 hour PD array retest and then a 5 minute entry. But if that's the case, this 5 minute order flow should shift and start pointing towards it. This is just sloppy indices, man. I know they want to drop this. Like, I know you want to drop this. It's just a matter of if it's going to retest the daily gap first or not. Is it going to retest this and trade lower? Or are they just going to straight up drop this thing? Because I know they want to do it. That's what I'd be reading. So this is what I want you guys to understand. And this is why the live trading is so valuable every day. Is because I'm talking you through the understanding of price. I'm talking you through the routine that I'm going through. You know, understanding price from the top down. Everything that I do starts on the monthly, and then I work my way down, and I'm just understanding price's intention. So if the weekly has the intention of trading towards the sell side, then everything below the weekly is going to align with that intention. It's going to cooperate because they're all subservient to the weekly. The daily is subservient, 4 hours subservient to the daily and the weekly, and so on and so forth. So I like to give the analogy that price is like the Russian, I think it's called matryoshka. Let me know if I pronounced that wrong, but the Russian dolls. Because the monthly is the strongest time frame, subservient to that, and within it is the weekly. Within the weekly, subservient to that is the daily. It's like those Russian dolls. And just think about it as, all right, the biggest Russian doll, whatever the biggest Russian doll wants, the other Russian dolls need to do. They need to align. But that's how price is fractal. That's the fractal nature of price. So the weekly aligns with the intention of the monthly. The daily aligns with the intention of the weekly. So on and so forth. And once that clicks, once you find that understanding, that is when trading becomes easy. That is when things just, you never see things the same. And so that's the moment I'm trying to give to all the students with my mentorship. You know, understanding price like that deeply. It's all about understanding fair value and then just reading the order flow. So yeah, there's just not much here. Unfortunately, today's been a dud. I don't like anything right now. And I'm even allowing myself to trade the 1 minute lately for higher frequency, but this is just chop. Let me get all these boxes off. These are pretty much irrelevant right now. Whoops. Daily gap. This area of fair value. So if price is going to head higher, it should do so from there. But we also, again, like we talked about, can just expand and create a breakaway gap. We have FOMC meeting minutes at 2 p.m. GJ. How about GJ? Monthly bullish order flow, but we're potentially shifting, creating this monthly gap. We have this weekly fair value gap here. Four-hour change steady delivery. Zeus, what's up, bro? As for intraday, what time frame do you prefer to trade? I like the 5 minute, I like the 15 minute, and the one minute. I've always been a 5 minute guy, so like 5 minute is always my preferred entry, but I've been allowing myself to trade the 1 minute for higher frequency, which is crazy because I never would have expected myself to say that in the past. Check on GU. Just give me 1 second. I gotta send something to my friend really quickly. Just grab this, send him this really quickly. Let me know if you guys have anything you want me to look at. There's honestly not much in terms of futures right now for me to do, unfortunately, but that's the reality of trading, right? Not every day is going to be beautiful, perfect, picture perfect delivery. You have to know when to hold them and know when to fold them. That can literally be the difference between profitable and unprofitable, is understanding when to trade and when not to trade. And so if the tickers that I trade aren't moving right now, if they're setting up for FOMC meeting minutes or just chopping, I'm not going to force my hand, right? I'm not going to, if I have bad cards, right? It's like poker. If I have bad cards, I'm not going to overplay the hand. Know when to hold them, know when to fold them. So trading is very, very similar to poker in that sense. Understanding money, understanding your risk management, understanding the probabilities of your cards and how likely they are to win. So I'm only trading when I have probabilities in my favor. Just like with poker, I'm only betting on cards that I know are good, that have a high statistical chance of winning that hand. That's why I feel like you see a lot of good poker players become traders. It's very, very similar. It's just numbers playing out. It's understanding numbers. You look at EuroCAD. I think I just talked about that earlier. I think my risk management has been on point if I haven't blown my account for 5 years. That's good. That's really good. So it's not the risk management. It's either your psychology that's stealing your edge, or it's the strategy. You don't have a simple strategy that has an edge. If you're managing the risk well, that's great though. That's one of the pillars. EuroCAD, bullish monthly. Weekly, internal to external. Looking at this buy side, there's a strong pullback here. So a daily gap, there's not. I don't love it. Also, GU pound just took this major monthly buy side again. We talked about this, so I would be hesitant in general right now. I'm waiting to see if we expand through that buy side liquidity, or if we sweep it and we want to retrace back into the range. Never risk more than 1%. Yeah, you could just stay a static 1% and be fine. You just have to. The thing about risk management is people always ask like, "Oh, what should I do for risk management?" I can't tell you. Like, it's not a one size fits all. And so like, there's certain traders that are super aggressive with their risk, but they have the numbers to back that. So he might look like he's being a degen with his risk, But if he has the numbers to back that level of risk management, like for example, if I told you, and I don't actually do this, this is just a hypothetically, if I told you I'm only giving myself 4 losses before I blow up my account, you'd like, or not you, but just majority of people would say, all right, that's terrible risk management. Like, you need to do 1%, 0.5%. And the reality of risk management is, if you have the numbers to back that, like if I have the numbers to show that I'll never lose 4 times in a row, then I can risk that much. And this is the thing that people don't understand with risk management. It's not a one size fits all. It really comes down to your data. It comes down to what you're able to lose. Statistically, what is the max number of losses that you can lose? Like, it's all numbers. And so if you know your hit rate, if you know your data, your risk management can be personal to that. So that's something I like to tell to a lot of people, is it's not really a one size fits all. I do 100% believe in having conservative risk management, because the lower you size, the more you size down, like the easier it is to detach. And so a good rule of thumb is 0.5%, 1%. But like, people get so judgmental about it, and it's like, if he has the numbers to back what he's doing, just hypothetically, if that guy or whoever has the numbers to support only doing 4 losses of risk, then who am I to say, right? So it really depends on your numbers. But that's my little rant. 1 hour is expanding. What's UEN doing? Is it pulling back or selling off? It might be setting up this, it looks like it's setting up this 1 hour gap. Shorts off this could potentially be nice. I was backtesting 15 years of data on a previous strat. Backtesting is good to get data and get confident in it and pattern recognition, but what was I gonna say? I just lost my train of thought watching this 1 hour BISI or SIBI retest. This could be nice shorts off this 1 hour gap here for my Forex guys. We do have this daily gap up here, which is interesting. We're just blasting through it. There's not going to be any entry. Holy crap. Oh, this daily gap might end up being the draw. This is the beauty of entry models, understanding the order flow. I wonder if news just dropped or something. There must be yen news or something. Some news definitely just came out. Daily gap. I'd be looking at this daily gap. This is why understanding your order flow, understanding the entry model is beautiful, right? Because we're not going to take this short on the 1 hour SIBI. Let's just look at this, right? We're not going to take the short on that 1 hour gap if the lower time frame order flow doesn't shift. So it keeps you out. Order flow is not shifting here, so we're not taking that short. NFP annual revision. Let me look at Forex Factory. I don't see anything on Forex Factory. It's not on Forex Factory. Okay, I got you. This is nasty work right here on yen, bro. That was a crazy expansion. 4 hour OB. Question is, do we want to retest this daily gap or not? So every time I'm just framing both sides of the market. I'm understanding that We can retest this daily gap, or we can continue lower. What's the word? Crude oil. Crude oil is pretty much the same thing. This wants to go lower. Just a matter of if it's going to retest this daily gap or not. And so I'm just reading the lower time frame order flow and understanding where it's pointing. This might be a daily bag. It really comes down to what happens with FOMC meeting minutes. I was short based on the 15-minute for value gap on you, but that's why I'm here to learn from the best. Yeah, I wouldn't have shorted it yet just because that 1 hour gap was forming, and then clearly that 1 hour gap wasn't a valid short because the order flow never shifted. We just expanded through it. That's an insane candle. Oh my gosh. This is a crazy 5-minute candle. What the? That's insane. That's one of the crazier 5-minute candles I've seen. That's evil, evil stuff. Exactly. Understanding the lower time frame order flow never shifted would have prevented you from ever taking that. So it just keeps you out. When you understand an order flow from the top down, you wouldn't have been shorting that yet. This order flow hasn't shifted. Now, if we get gaps lower, if we start trading lower, we may still be respecting this 1 hour SIBI we talked about, right? Look at this candle right now. This candle is insane. This candle is insane. But exactly what we talked about. But yeah, there's no reason to enter yet this order flow from the 1 hour. I would want to see new gaps lower. What an insane candle. UCHF. Swiss franc traded into this 1 hour SIBI as well. I'm looking at that 4 hour sell side ago. These candles are crazy, bro. Only USD CAD survived. Yeah, that candle was insane. Actually, a wild candle. That's so funny. Watching that live. There's just nothing here that stands out to me right now. Unfortunately, you know, I want to be taking trades for you guys. I want to be putting risk on and showing you exactly what I'm doing, but I can't force anything. If a trade sets up, I'll take it, but you're not lucky with the live streams. I swear, every time I feel like I go live, it's a sloppy price action. Every time. And I've been trying to schedule them so it's on days where it makes sense to trade. Obviously today's pre-FOMC meeting minutes, but still. I try to do it on days with red folder and days that it's likely to expand, but man, you're right. We're not lucky lately. Usually taking a few trades a week at minimum, 3 or 4. Are they ready to drop this or what? This has to go. Just comes down to whether or not the daily SIBI sends it lower or if they just drop it now. CAD yen stopped out on the funded. It did reach my target on the live account. Oh yeah, CAD yen was unfortunate. This 4 hour oh, it was a 1 hour entry. This 1 hour unicorn, yeah. Look at how close I came to target. The entry was right here. That's an unfortunate one. If you want to go break even there and not take a full stop, that's something that you can do, unless you want to do set it and forget it. But going break even there would have made sense. Just comes down to preference. If you like doing set it and forget it. There's no daily gap up here. That's just unfortunate. But also, like I was saying earlier, I think the focus should be on majors. I still expect this to head lower towards sell side, but gold selling off. Watching this daily gap, and then to set up this weekly bullish for value up. Is higher time frame draw the same as context? That's a great question. Yes and no. So higher time frame draw is understanding where price is drawing to. Higher time frame draw is understanding that price only does two things. It either offers fair value, so it trades the imbalances in price. It offers buy side and sell side, or it seeks liquidity. So higher time frame draw is just, that's all it is. That is what makes up the foundation of draw. So draw on liquidity. Price is always doing one of these two things. So when we have a draw, we want to be getting this from the higher time frame. We want to be understanding the draw on liquidity from the monthly, the weekly, or the daily. So let's look at crude oil, for example. The analogy I like to give is it's like painting a wall. And so when you're painting a wall and you run out of paint, let's just like envision this in your minds, right? You have a paint roller, one of those normal paint rollers. You go, you grab some paint, and you're painting a wall, and you take one large continuous stroke down the wall from the top of the wall to the bottom of the wall. Eventually you're going to run out of paint, and there's going to be an area on that wall where there's a spot, right? There's going to be a spot of no paint on that wall. Price is exactly like that. Price is like the paint roller. And so we trade lower, we trade higher, we offer buy side. We trade lower, we offer sell side. And this gap is an inefficiency or an imbalance in price. This is like a spot on the wall of an area where we're lacking paint. So draw is understanding where price is heading towards. It's heading towards this imbalance to offer fair value. So crude oil trades higher, offers fair value. That was our draw on the weekly. Then it shifts from this area of fair value on the 4 hour. We get our shift in order flow. So what are we doing now? We're seeking liquidity lower. So our draw is seeking lower. Higher time frame context is PD ray to PD ray. So this weekly gap to this sell side is our context to operate within. It's understanding the draw. So yes and no, right? I don't know if I answered that well. I hope I did. But context is PD ray to PD ray. Context is understanding what PD ray price is trading off of. Sorry, I had to cough. Context is PD ray to PD ray, understanding what PD ray price is trading off of, and then what PD ray is it targeting. So it's trading off of this fair value gap and targeting the sell side. That's the context that we can operate within. Draw on liquidity is understanding that price is either offering fair value or it's seeking liquidity. So they go hand in hand together, but they're not the same thing. And so from that weekly gap, from this weekly gap that we drew out to the weekly sell side down here, PD ray to PD ray, that's our weekly context. So within that context, we look for this 4 hour market maker sell model to form. And we look for order flow to just continue lower. We look for this order flow to remain bearish. Premium arrays get respected by price. And we're operating within that context that we built. So they're similar, but they're different. By understanding draw, you also understand context. So what do we have here? Now we have a 4 hour context from this fair value gap to that sell side, which is also draw on liquidity. Price offered fair value into this fair value gap, and now it's seeking liquidity lower. So I'm looking for this sell side to go. We're just diddling in the middle right now. It just comes down to, like I said, whether or not we're going to retest this daily gap to trade lower, or if we're just going to continue to expand lower. What do you do if we have a breakaway gap on the 1 hour and retrace back to it later on, like now on UJ? I'm not interested in this gap over here because this isn't the most recent order flow. This isn't the current price leg. I'm only interested in the current price leg. So this is where price is fractal. This swing low to swing high is the 4 hour leg. So that's relevant to me on the 4 hour. I don't know if that makes sense. All I'm worried about is the current swing low to swing high. So if I'm looking at the 4 hour, this is our current leg. So that's relevant to me. But on the 1 hour, the same thing applies. All I'm worried about is the current leg on the 1 hour. So I'm not worried about over here right now on the 1 hour. That's relevant on the 4 hour. So when you understand the current legs of price from the top down, you don't need to look left. So this is the current leg on the 4 hour that we can potentially head lower from. This is our current leg on the daily. You could argue it's this swing low to that swing high. But we're not looking left over here. This wick was evil work though. So we must always have higher time frame context, or just higher time frame draw is fine to play out. You're looking for draw on liquidity from the monthly, weekly, daily, or 4 hour, and then you're looking for 4 hour, 1 hour, 15-minute PD arrays in the direction of that draw. From there, once we trade into those PD arrays that you marked off in the direction of the draw, you're looking for your entry function, which is whatever you want it to be. But your entry function needs to embody order flow shifting. So it needs to be a market structure shift, or a change in state of delivery, or for value gap. But it needs to be viewing order flow shift in some way. Yeah, this is just exactly what I expected. Sloppy delivery. Haven't touched it. Potentially wants to set up this daily gap. depends on what happens with FOMC meeting minutes, but I'm just not interested right now. Unfortunately, that's how the cards are playing out today. But at least you guys are getting some knowledge in terms of what I'm talking about. I'm able to look at a bunch of stuff for you guys. But yeah, we do this live trading. We do exactly what I'm doing right here multiple times per week in the Discord. So I would highly recommend you guys, go check that out. There's a free trial too. Like, there's a 7-day free trial. So if you don't like it within a week, just cancel, So I'd highly recommend you guys go check that out. I'll drop the link one more time for you. And yeah, I'd love to see you guys in there. It's tremendous value. You also get a full course, a full curriculum, completely free. But I love live trading. It's really fun. It's just unfortunate that it seems like every time I'm live, the conditions haven't been good. I'm just waiting for them to drop crude oil. Market reacts to BLS revision number, which hasn't been published yet. What? Wait, what? Forex factory market. Wait, no way. That whole thing, that whole candle was wild. Like, I knew that there was some form of news or manipulation because that was just weird. Market. Oh yeah, I see it right here. Yeah, what was that? Oh my gosh, you're right. I see it. That is crazy. Dude, and people don't think price is manipulated. People don't realize this game is so manipulated. So if you just understand when to sit out, where the manipulation is, that's an edge in itself. You have to understand when. Yeah, wait, let me pop that up for you guys. I just saw that Zero Hedge or whatever his name posted that too. Check this out. Are the live streams every week the same days in the Discord? They're different days because what I want to do and what I've been trying to do unsuccessfully, clearly, because the last few live streams have been sloppy, but what I'm trying to do is position the live streams on days that I'm expecting to trade. And so how do I know what days I'm expecting to trade? Well, it's by understanding the economic calendar. It's by understanding what days there's news and by understanding what days we're likely to actually move. So I'm trying to position the live streams on days that there is news and on days that I'm expecting to trade. So it's not going to be every day or every same day is what I meant to say. Like, it's not going to be every same day of the week. But going into every week, there will be a weekly schedule. So you'll know, all right, the weekly live streams are on these days this week. The YouTube live stream is on this day this week. The weekly forecast will always be on Sunday. I always do a Sunday weekly forecast on YouTube. But every single week, you will have a schedule. So you'll know exactly when I'll be live trading. And if you can't tune into them, that's completely fine. Everything is recorded. It'll be uploaded to the website, so you'll have that as well. If you want to go back and watch the live trading streams on days that you weren't able to tune in, you'll still be able to do that. But yeah, this is crazy. Market reacts to the BLS revision number, which hadn't been published yet. Sniff, sniff. Smells like a market maker got a big bag there. If true, doesn't it just prove that these numbers are meaningless? The market did something because of the number and had no clue what the number was because it didn't exist. Well, this is what I believe. I don't worry about news. I don't worry about what the news says, what these things say. The reason I worry about news is understanding what days we're gonna move. But it's irrelevant to me what the numbers come out as because the order flow is going to, dictate that. Not dictate it. The order flow is going to show what that was, right? So if whatever the numbers come out as fundamentally on whatever the news is, that's going to show within the order flow. The candlesticks are going to reflect that. That's what I meant to say. The order flow will reflect that. So I don't need to worry about it. And so people ask me like all the fundamentals. Oh, what do I think about whatever rates? I'm like, I don't care. Like, I really don't care. It sounds crazy. I'm a trader. but I really don't care. It's not relevant to me because the order flow is going to reflect it regardless. TP, I've come to the realization that I don't need to get any better at trading. I just need to recognize high probability conditions and low probability condition and be consistent. Pretty much. I mean, there's a little more to it than that, but absolutely, that is a huge part of the puzzle. Understanding when to trade and when not to trade. I think the other thing is you don't necessarily need to get better at trading, but you need to get better at mastering yourself. And that may not be you specifically, but 90% of people, it's not the strategy. It's not how they view price. They have the technicals locked in. Like they have an edge. But they just, like you said, don't know when to sit out, and they also don't have themselves mastered, and so they dull the edge. Check out that link. What link? Did you send me on something on Discord? Zach, which link? Are you talking about the link I sent? But absolutely, understanding when to trade and when not to trade is huge. The Forex Factory link. Where's the Forex Factory link? I'm lost right now, bro. I don't see a DM from you. Right here in the chat. Bro, what? Where? There's no link in the chat for me. Maybe it's not showing up for me. Yeah, there's nothing here for me. I don't know. Maybe try sending it again. It didn't show up for me. Yeah, it's not in the chat for me. Yeah, it's not showing up. I don't know why. That's weird. Maybe they think it's spam or something. Why you not trade ESNQ? I do. I trade ESNQ. ESNQ is my bread and butter. Or are you asking why I don't right now? It's because I'm waiting for FOMC meeting minutes. This doesn't feel clear to me on the higher time frame. We have a daily gap here that we can either expand and create a breakaway gap, or we can retest. The 4 hour is just consolidation. And so everything to me is just saying low probability. And when it's low probability, my statistical edge is not within the market. So there's nothing for me to do. It's like the analogy I gave with poker, right? If I have bad cards, if I have 2-7 offsuit, right? For my poker heads, for people that understand cards. If I have statistically the worst hand in the game, if I have statistically the worst cards, right? Why am I going to overplay that hand? If the edge isn't there, I'm not going to play. I'm just going to fold a 2-7 offsuit. This is a 2-7 offsuit to me. I'm not interested in this. I don't have statistical edge. I don't have probabilistic edge within this right now. It's just low probability price action. You can see it clear as day. What do you think about the gold 4 hour? What do you think about the gold 4 hour 15-minute setup this London session? I guess the link is a dead. Let me see. Interesting. Forex Factory doesn't show the 10 a.m. red folder BLS prelim. Yeah, I when I saw that in the chart, right, bro? How did they not put that on there? That's actually wild. I saw that on UJ. I don't know if you were in the stream yet, Zeus or Zag, but we were looking at UJ because they were having me look at the Forex, and I just saw this crazy ass candle. I immediately knew that was news. And then I looked at Forex Factory. It's just not there. But the thing is, like, I feel like usually Forex Factory is very consistent. I want to go back to that thread. I don't know. That was just some weird manipulation, bro. I don't know. I don't know what was good with that. I don't know why it's not on Forex Factory. Yeah, was it? Let me look at Financial Juice. My FX book had it. What do you guys use for economic calendars? Interesting. So my Forex book had it. Financial Juice had it, and yet the most commonly used Forex Factory did not. That's sus. I used to use Financial Juice and switched to Forex Factory. I did too. I've always used Forex Factory, but everyone's using it. We might have to make the switch because they can't be missing out on a red folder, bro. Was it even in orange? Wait, let me look at this. It's not even in orange or yellow. It's not even in orange or yellow. That's crazy. If it was like, if they tiered it other than red, I understand that. But how do you just not have a news release? Forex is manipulated by market maker models. Forex Factory is manipulated by market makers. I don't know why I couldn't read that sentence. Yeah, that's a little sus. We might have to switch economic calendars, because that's crazy. Immediately when I saw that push on UJ, I was like, there has to be some kind of news on yen or US dollar that I don't know about. That's a disgusting candle. That is an evil candle. Oh my gosh, I would sit out right now. Just wait. That's gross. Yeah, this is disgusting delivery. It took sell side too. Where are we going then in Forex? Forex Factories historically is really good, but I mean, that's crazy that they didn't have that. Maybe Financial Juice or my Forex book, economic calendar. Guess I'll need to reference both FJ and Forex Factory for news. I liked Forex Factory because it just feels cleaner to me to see. But that's crazy that they didn't have that. Like, I don't like the layout of Financial Juice. This looks ugly. It just looks weird to me. Yeah, I just want a clean calendar. GU analysis. I already talked about GU multiple times. I don't know why I'm getting blown up. What is hitting? Oh, that's my... What the heck? That was my Forex book. Sorry about that, if you guys heard that. So just ignore the news and focus on the left-hand side. All good. I'm about to go play golf, unfortunately. So I can't stay on here much longer. I gotta get ready to go play golf. What do you think? I'll look at that setup for you. What do you think of the gold setup this morning? Gold. Forex Factory wanting to get our stops. Yeah, that's a little weird that they didn't have that. Gold. Setting up the weekly candle like we talked about. Daily gap down here. 4-hour shift of state of delivery. With this gap right here. Show an example of a unicorn. I got you. This is pretty chunky. Not the best delivery here, but potentially this gap out could have been nice. I personally just use unicorns lately for entry models, but you can just use order flow shifting. You don't need to do anything crazy. This hasn't even offered 2R yet, though, I don't think. Oh, yeah, it did. It's alright. I don't hate it. I don't love it. Doesn't really stand out to me as something that was super high probability, but it's not bad. Am I right to say if I'm intraday trading, I just need to have a higher time frame draw? That context is not really necessary on the daily or 4-hour. Yeah, you just need a draw, and then you need a PD array to trade off of in the direction of that draw. A unicorn example is like this. We get a high, Then we sweep that high. We get clear displacement through it. We clearly trade through it. And we get a fair value gap within this breaker block that forms. So a breaker block forms once that high gets swept. And we have a clear fair value gap within that breaker block. This is a unicorn. It's a breaker block with a fair value gap that forms within it. If you only trade unis or also 4 hour, 15 minute, and 1 hour, 5 minute SC. I just use unicorns lately. I don't need anything else. I just love the entry model. But you can use SC or fair value gaps, CISD, market structure shift, whatever. I don't like to tell people, oh, you have to do this. Like, I think it's ignorant to say, oh, you have to enter this way. This is the only way you can enter. Yeah, as long as order flow is shifting, as long as you understand that the order flow has shifted at the higher time frame PD rate, that's all that really matters. It's so like cringy when people are like, this is the only concept or this is the only thing that works. And if you don't do this, then you're just like, that stuff is so cringy to me. I'm not going to name drop, but there's somebody in mind. Does the 2022 model not need bias? I would always trade with bias and understanding the higher time frame. Always. I wouldn't trade without a bias. Your understanding of the higher time frame, your understanding of where it's drawing to and the narrative from the top down, that's your edge. The entry model is just a very, very small piece of the pie that makes up your edge. It's one little ingredient. But the higher time frame narrative, the higher time frame understanding, that's what does the heavy lifting in this edge. That's where the probabilities come in. So trading without bias, I would not recommend it. You can do it, absolutely, but wouldn't recommend it. Because that understanding of the higher time frame is everything. We might trade into this daily gap. It's looking that way. It's looking like it wants to retest this daily gap before heading lower. How do we know that? The order flow on the 15 minute is not shifting. We still have bullish order flow. It's clearly trading higher. Thoughts on NQ? I am not interested in NQ right now. This looks disgusting. Absolutely not interested in this at all. We have FOMC meeting minutes at 2 p.m. I'm about to go play golf and then I'll come back tomorrow. We'll be doing some live trading in the Discord and hopefully tomorrow will be a lot better. Unfortunately, today has been a dud. How much do you risk when passing futures and Forex challenges? So this is another thing I talk about in the curriculum, but it comes down to what you're going for. Again, with risk, it's different strokes for different folks. I personally don't have the time to be wasting. So like, let me explain this, right? I don't have time to be conservative risk on challenges. I don't have time to be trading a challenge for a month. And if I go into drawdown, claw out of the drawdown. I don't have time for that, right? So I know that once I'm funded, I know that once I have these funded accounts that I'm consistently profitable, that I'll make money on these fundeds and, you know, I'm able to scale that. But I don't have time to be wasting on the evals. So on the evals, I go much more aggressive, especially with futures. With futures, you only have to make 6%. So I'll even like pass in 2 trades and just give myself 3 losses. Because if I fail the challenge, I'll just get another. So it really, like, if you lose 2 trades with bad risk management, you'll fail the challenge. Like if you're only giving yourself 2 losses a room. But for me, it's that I'm fine with that trade-off. Little expansion here to the 4-hour buy side. Now Indices wants to move a little bit. Let's see. Daily breakaway gap might be happening. You have a video of your entry model. Yeah, I do. It's on the YouTube right here. It's a unicorn video. I also talk about the different ways of viewing order flow shifts as well. Those are the 2 things that I'm using for entry model. So it just needs some form of an order flow shift. But lately I've just been using unicorns because they're just amazing. Yo, Cam, recently I've been using my demo to take less probable trades to remind myself I only take 8+ setups on evaluations. For example, demo this week, 6 trades and 1 win. 5 losses and 1 win is tough. Unfunded, 1 trade and 1 win. Yeah, I like that. If you want to just take everything on demo, that's the thing. Like, higher frequency is not necessarily more, or it's not necessarily better, should I say. Higher frequency doesn't mean more profit. Now, if you can get a high win rate with higher frequency, I do think that's valuable. But do you recommend the ICT 2022 mentorship playlist as a way to be profitable? You can absolutely be profitable with that. Absolutely. That's a good foundation builder right there. You could use that. It's all market maker models though. If you go watch my market maker model video, that's how the market books, man. I go deep in depth about why price is doing what it's doing. All about the logic behind why price does what it does. It's not just reading the candlesticks. I talk about understanding order mitigation and order pairing and what's actually going on behind the scenes. Do you still trade crosses? I haven't been trading Forex lately because I've just been trading futures and focusing on going for a huge payout on the futures prop accounts. But if I was still trading Forex right now, I would be trading crosses as well. Crosses and majors. But this week I'd be focused on majors. Four-hour buy side got swept. I have to go shower and get ready for golf. I have a tee time. I'm going to meet up with my friend and play some golf. We have FOMC meeting minutes at 2, so it looks like today is going to be a dud for me. No trades, unfortunately, but it is what it is, right? We can't trade every day. Obviously you can, but I'm down 2% on my challenge. Lost 3 trades, no win so far. I'm worried if this is how I'm starting. 2% is light, bro. I'm not gonna lie to you. 2% is light. You can easily trade out of that. 0.5% or 1% risk. But it's unfortunate that you went straight into drawdown, yeah. But you can easily pull out a 2%. That's 2R win with 1% risk. So if you have 10% drawdown, you're chilling, bro. 2% is light. I'm 84 USD away near the drawdown limit on my PA. If you never want to blow up, if you're really concerned with blowing up, just conservative risk and dig out of the claw out of the drawdown. But yeah, I gotta get going. So definitely check out this link if you guys want to be, in the Trading Patiently Academy premium server. Premium access where we're doing the live trading like this multiple times per week. There's also a full course curriculum teaching everything that I know. So definitely check that out. There's a 7-day free trial. It's really a no-brainer. If you don't like it, just cancel. But I'm very confident that you will like it because I'm over-delivering on value. So truly appreciate you guys tuning in. I'm so blessed to be able to do this and to be able to help you guys. I wake up every day and I love this and I look forward to doing this stuff. So just very grateful. And yeah, appreciate you guys tuning in. Be safe today. Let's see what FOMC meeting minutes brings. And yeah, appreciate you guys.